From castles
Conway Castle!
to yurts decked out in Mongolian warrior fashion
Genghis Khan!
to fun canal boats.
We are taking a royal nap, so keep it quiet, Missy.
Wales offers fantastic spots for families to call it a night.
This is where you guys are sleeping tonight.
Huh?
Plus, there's plenty of culture to discover.
Janice, I'm confused. Where are we? Land, fire, agog.
History to learn.
At Conway Castle, you get to be a time detective. Da da da.
And nature to explore.
Look at that huge spider. Whoa.
You can do it, and you've done it. Fantastic, well done.
I'm Nathan. And I'm Seamus.
And we're Mom and Dad.
We're traveling around the world discovering amazing countries, new cultures, and really wild experiences together.
Come along with us as we learn all about our planet and about being together as a family.
As we discover the wonders of the world, the wonders of nature, and sometimes wonder, what were we thinking? In Travel with Kids.
In this episode, join us as we explore northern Wales, where aqueducts loom over medieval castles.
Now I really feel like I'm in King Arthur's land. Ooh, drawbridges are heavy.
An outdoor adventure is on everyone's list of things to do. Along the way, the kids learn canal technology.
This is called a lock, and it's like a water elevator.
And take a bite out of nature, or vice versa.
The duck bit me.
Plus, find out what's making my heart race here.
That was the freakiest thing I've ever done.
With the over 800 square mile Snowdonia National Park at its center, northern Wales offers rugged nature with jagged mountains and rocky coastlines, punctuated by stone castles, rushing rivers and quiet canals, and a resounding nod to Welsh culture. The North Coast has long been a tourist magnet and is dotted with Victorian-era beach resort towns like Llandudno, where we stop for lunch and stroll along the pier. But one of the main attractions in this region is the castle town of Conwy. We're staying within the town walls at Conway Castle Hotel, which gives us an idea of what it would be like to live in an ancient medieval town. Bustling shops and markets, although now selling tourist items instead of vegetables. The main attraction in this castle town is the castle, of course, and that's just where we're headed.
At Conway Castle, you get to be a time detective. Da da da. We're going on a treasure hunt. Magnifying glass things, and you can see stuff. We're here in Conway Castle, and we're going on a scavenger hunt to see who was the rebel spy that took over this castle.
Timeline, 8:05 p.m., 1st of April, 1401. Use your scanner to find out who was the rebel spy. What weapon did he use?
Sword.
So you're gonna write that right there.
The scavenger hunt is great. It really keeps the kids engaged and exploring the castle. There are signs with clues posted all around the castle, and they have to use their map to find them.
Try doing this, Seamus, for 100 more flights. Whoa, I see the whole harbor. Whoa! Look at all those boats out there. In the sandy beach.
So not only does it teach them problem solving, it teaches them direction.
We are in the southwest tower right now. Hey, it keeps going down. Where's down?
And history
Knights lived in castles.
in a fun and exciting way.
This is Conway Castle. It took 5 years to build with over 1,000 guys and no cranes or equipment or modern instruments like we have today. The train runs in the castle?
And gives us lots of time to really explore the castle.
This castle's so cool. It's awesome.
After a day of exploring the castle, we spend the sunset at the harbor. The castle is a backdrop, where the kids meet a friend and play along the dock, where they seem to have discovered the next Nessie.
We're trying to find a cool creature in the sea, and we keep seeing bubbles.
A new legendary animal of Conway Castle Harbour.
But look at bubbles, bubbles. There, something's moving. And we're trying to find out what it is.
Or maybe a more well-known creature.
Yeah, there's the jellyfish we keep seeing.
Or the pesky seagulls, which can get pretty aggressive around here.
Don't worry, we'll get you some other dinner.
So be advised to watch your food.
We just came by and went, snap.
Today we're heading west along the coast to drive into Welsh history and culture. Our route takes us through Snowdonia National Park. And while it's not snowing, that doesn't stop the Welsh from hitting the slopes.
No, we're not put our skis on here. Need to wait till we get outside.
This feels weird. 'Cause, like,
And as we near the base of the mountain, the kids realize why this is such a great intro to skiing. No frostbite. Get in the snow.
crunch, crunch,
Is it cold?
crunch. Oh yes, it's freezing.
Are you cold?
It's cold. Oh no.
So you want you to stick your toe in first? Really hard. Here, but you'll get caught.
I can't even fall over.
You can't even fall over. Well, you might fall over in a wee minute. But that's okay. So you just start to sidestep.
Can you just carry me?
You're just going to start to turn the skis around, yep. I just want you to start sliding. Lean forward, lean forward.
After skiing, we have a little snack.
Need all that?
I always carry a bag of snacks with us on long drives. Some healthy ones, and some not so healthy ones in case of an attack of the crazies. And then it's back out on the road, where the main traffic is of the four-legged variety. The tiny narrow roads here cut through lush green hills, lined by dry stone walls. As we round the western side of Snowdonia, we near the Flynn Peninsula, a remote corner of Wales known for its preservation of Welsh culture and language, which the kids soon find out is not the easiest to master.
Shannon, I'm confused. Where are we? Fire.
With this name, one of the longest place names in the whole world.
I'm sorry, I lost you halfway through it. Can you repeat it?
Loosely translated, it means St. Mary's Church in the hollow of White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool, and the Church of St. Tacilio near the Red Cave. That's a mouthful. So as we go forward, if we say this place or that place, that means we can't pronounce the Welsh name. But you can see it at the bottom of your screen. At the southwestern side of Snowdonia, we decide a change of transportation will be a good way to break up the day. So we hop a historical train in Porthmadog to discover more Welsh history. The Railforth Festiniog Railway, at least I think that's how you say it, twists and turns 13.5 miles along a narrow gauge track to the Slate Mines. The kids enjoy the journey, watching out the windows,
I'm flying.
learning more Welsh.
And that's long.
Even though Welsh might be a bit difficult to learn, We always ask the boys to learn at least a few key phrases in each country we visit. One word they must always learn is thank you. The effort makes a big difference with the locals, as the port pastures turn into slate-filled mountains.
Slate. We got it from the wall. This was all the way down the rock to here, and I went, bam. And now you have some homemade slate.
A couple of hardy miners we have here. We pass lakes and waterfalls, go through tunnels, and finally arrive in the cute town of Blaenau Festiniog, where we catch a bus to the slate mines so the kids can get an idea of what a real miner's life is like.
Just a couple hundred years ago, slate was the main source of northern Wales' economic growth. Although slate mining continues on a small scale today, this slate mine called, well, I'll let you pronounce it, has been turned into a tourist attraction. Surrounded by rubble-covered mountains, the visitor center hosts a Victorian-era style bank,
Oh, look at those huge pennies.
where the kids can turn their modern money into old-time money.
And this is a really old penny
Called
called a farthing.
I think that's farthing, Nathan.
Well, I call them farthings.
But these shiny pennies can be spent in the old-fashioned sweet shop.
Nathan, look at these huge chocolates.
As well as a slate shop, of course.
They make everything on this shelf out of slate. Everything.
And there's slate everywhere. The mountains and grounds are just covered in it.
Look it. Free slate. Yay!
But to really get an idea of what slate looks like in its natural form, and how they mine it, we take a tram down into the belly of the mines.
No wonder we're going 500 feet down.
And while this is a fun tourist attraction now, it wasn't always like this.
How did the miners get down here?
As we're told by our ghost guide, who worked in the mine when he was just about Nathan's age. There was no electricity down here back then when they worked this mine in the 1900s. They navigated more than 25 miles of tunnels by candlelight and dug with hand tools.
It's amazing to think about them digging all these corridors
You have to bend down a little because
and giant caverns by hand. Slate was originally hauled out of quarries by small groups of men, but in the mid-1800s, J.W. Greaves took a lease out on the land, began transporting slate on rail cars to Porthmadog, and in 1846 hit Old Vein. This mine, which just a few decades later was producing tons of slate. At the bottom, we reach an amazing underground lake. Then we tram it back to the surface and back to the train, where the double engine has got the boys asking some questions.
how did it turn around and start coming forward?
That's the power, and then this chooses which direction you go in. That's applying the brake.
What do you want it to be at?
Well, by the red line really, goes at like 160 pounds.
How fun is it to drive a double thing?
How fun?
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's like you've got to do two of everything, so it's quite difficult.
All aboard! Wait! Guess I'll just have to ride here.
Today we're heading to the south side of Snowdonia to really immerse in nature.
If you want to do something really fun, like hike the Anchor Trail or climb the Grand Canyon, or even hike in your own backyard, you need to learn some survival skills. So we're here with Heath, who's going to show us how it's done.
Hello guys.
Hi.
You ready for some survival skills? Are you focused?
Yeah.
Are you positive?
Yeah.
Great, let's go.
Tonight we're not staying in a castle in town, but accommodations traditionally used by some royalty.
Genghis Khan.
Yes, Mongolian-style yurts have made it to Wales. We're staying at Groggywen, whose eco-friendly tent accommodation is a wonderful way to enjoy nature, with a bit of added comfort from traditional camping.
Whoa, I've never seen something. Where's our beds?
Tucked into lush forest overlooking this estuary, the yurts feature futon beds, a wood-burning stove, a refrigerator, and cooking facilities.
It's cool and fuzzy.
One of the fun activities offered by the hotel is outdoor survival classes, offered by Heath from Bushcraft Firefox.
We're going to learn how to put up some bashers, which are shelters, which are often used in places like rainforests and rainy places.
And when the kids get a little noisy, Heath's excellent medieval kid skills come into play.
I'll show you this training thing that the scouts, the young Native American scouts would have. Part of their training, they had to have a drink of water. So that was part of their training if they were going across deserts or dry places. So get a good mouthful of water.
Don't drink it all.
Hold it in your mouth.
With this trick, and this one you can try at home.
So the great thing about this is all of a sudden for us guys, we get a bit of peace and quiet because they can't talk. Oh, the peace and quiet of the countryside. Oh, just lovely. Okay, so how are we doing with our scout test? Water in the mouth, it's been, 15 minutes now? Some of the young scouts, they could maybe go for hours, they could probably go for most of the day, I think. So you doing okay? Yeah, are you ticklish? No?
To learn how to put up a shelter.
Can you remember the name of this shelter? I'll give you a clue. Sorry, I can't quite hear you. No, it's not
Basher!
Basher, yes, fantastic. So it's just means rough shelter.
And he concludes their first test.
Let's have a look. How much did you have left? I think you've passed the test.
In order to help put up the tent.
Now, can you see that triangle shape? Yeah. So through that triangle,
Round.
does it keep on going round or does it come back?
It goes through.
And in no time, they have shelter.
All right, guys, the real reason we brought Heath here to show you how to build the shelter is that this is where you guys are sleeping tonight while we're in the big yurt. So have fun. Good night. Bye,
Sweet
guys.
dreams.
Well, I call this my bed. Wait!
And just kidding. But it would give us some peace and quiet.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, where's that water?
14.
After a short break for lunch,
This is a puka pie. I think that's a funny name.
and a hike down to the estuary where the kids chase sheep and explore the tidal flats,
If you hold him like this, his pinchers can't reach down there.
it's back to work, and what Heath teaches the kids next definitely sparks their interest.
But if you've got a good fire, then generally it's good for your kind of sense of spirit and well-being. So we're going to get a fire together. And we're not going to use matches. What else could we use if you didn't have matches?
Rubbing.
Rubbing, yeah, we could use friction. If you put your hands together
Gets hot.
and then rub them and then press and go faster and press and go faster, press and go faster, what happens to your hands?
They get hot.
Get really hot. So the same principle with fire.
But
Keep
Heath
straight
says starting a fire by friction could take a long time. But he has another alternative.
We've got something called a Swedish fire steel, and this is used by people who do a lot of wilderness travel. And you see it's tilted away about 45 degrees. You see that angle?
Yeah.
And then scrape, you get a shower of sparks
Whoa!
that I reckon is about 3,000 degrees in temperature.
And the
Tinder.
boys are eager to try. So they
hear the
build the
tinder?
base of their fire,
Tinder is the first thing that you add to a flame or a spark. Fire has to climb up into something. So what I'm going to do is get air in here and give it something it can climb up into. So make sure you've got an adult with you. Make sure you've got some way of putting the fire out. 3, 2, 1, begin. Imagine it's the rain starting to come in. It's getting dark. The wolves are howling. We need this fire. We need to get warm. We need to do some cooking. Keep positive. We're going to encourage him. Come on, Nathan.
Go,
Come on.
Go, go,
Go, go, go, go, go. Yes! Give him a clap. Come on. Positivity. That is brilliant. Well done. You've made fire because you didn't give up, did you? Keeping really kind of happy and positive in your mind and believing that you can do it. And you've done it. Fantastic. Well done. Well done.
And then Heath shows them what benefits the fire brings.
I get it now. You light the fire and put this back on.
And then with the gloves on, we put that onto there. That creates a big chimney and the flames roar out of the top. Yeah, so air comes in there. Yes, there we go. Okay, gloves on.
Whoa!
Fantastic. That's a good sound. That's the sound of hot chocolate coming.
I'll have you someday. I'll have you someday.
I think you've earned a good, strong hot chocolate. So
And at the end of the day, one of the best things about camping is relaxing around the fire to end the evening.
We've got fire and everybody.
I give it a 9. Because you are 9.
Yeah, well done. Proud of you.
Today we're heading out to find another innovative Wales accommodation choice, and this one's sure to float your boat. Tucked into the northeast corner of Wales, this canal, I'll let you pronounce it, was built in the early 1800s to haul cargo. Goods were placed on boats on the canal, and the horses alongside would pull the barges over great distances. Later, the canal was used to transport drinking water from the River Dee. But today, its primary role is as a tourist attraction. Visitors can rent these narrow boats, and when I say narrow, I mean narrow. We're talking 50 to 66 feet long, but only 8 feet wide. And they run up and down this narrow canal. The kids couldn't be more excited.
They're going to show us our hotel room.
Oh! So when do we go out? How did I get this?
We're a little nervous on how to navigate these things, especially when we're trying to pass another boat. So after some quick instructions on navigating the canal, which really isn't much wider than the boat.
You'll notice on this canal everything is very, very narrow, and it was designed just to take these narrow boats.
But they're made out of steel and the sides of the canal are pretty solid. So I figure we'll just kind of bounce along like a ping pong ball.
Do I get to be the captain?
And we're off. But it's tough going at first.